Hi Sakura, hi Whisper to Me, hi See Me, hi Lisa. I have to gotta pop this chat out again because it's not gonna enable my chat, yes. So I want to pop it out. Done. Pop out chat. Okay. So crazy that I have to do this. Okay. Paula, how are you? Carla, Steph, Flower Girl, Deb on the Move. Hi Miara, how are you? Hi Earthbound, hi Pat, hi Brenda, hi Linda, hi Julie, hi Jeanette. Okay, I've got the interview. It's this lady Lanka, and it's I believe it's the business partner of Teresa Sievers. So that's who Bonnie mentioned because she has 2 interviews. The first one was July 1st. So I want to listen to that with you. It's just an audio, but it's not. I don't think it's too long. But I think she gives some information in there, and then I probably will upload it onto the site because people can't find it later, But I thought we'd listen to it. Did anybody do any searching on if they think that charity was in any way a cover for their lifestyle and having people in the house and who the woman was that was in the house? Did anybody find that out? Probably not. Hi, Crystal. Did I get you, Crystal? I just want to say I'm so glad you do this every night. I truly look forward to this, where we could all say hi to each other and just chat. Oh, thanks, Miara. Yeah, a lot of us look forward to that. Welcome. Hi, Brenda. We were crafting earlier, Miara. Hey, Julie. Susan. How come there's people I don't? Oh, Susan. There's Susan. Hi. Hi, Christine. I missed some people. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Linda. I think I got stuff. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Angie. Hi, See Me. So, anybody? We were talking about it during the crafting. For those of you that weren't in the crafting, then maybe I can cut you a break on that because you didn't know. But the ones that were in the crafting, you're washing dishes and you can't. Hi, Nerd Love. Wash those dishes. It's early morning here. Hi, Christine. Hang on 1 minute. I just have to go get my, I'll be right there. I have to get my phone on the, whatchamacallit. I've got to find a charger here because my phone is going to die. Hopefully I think I have, oh, not that one. This one? Yes, okay. Sorry. Coming back. Okay. Hey, Arhuff. Arhuff, did you ever send me your address for your coloring books? So I really have to get those out. The rest, I've gotten some out, but I can't see yours. Okay. You just got done shoveling. Yeah. School is closed. Yeah, our school's closed too. Are you having ice rain too? Yes, no. What's the name of the nonprofit? It was like something like the Mother's House or something. Mother's something. And it's just because she mentioned the girl and something about the girl from there that had another child that wasn't staying there. So Teresa opened her house to her. And I just thought it was really weird. possible ice rain. Yeah. I thought we were supposed to find out if they were swingers. Yeah, yes. Well, that's all part of it. So I did find out they were swingers. And you're embarrassed? Why are you embarrassed? That's part of the thing. Okay, it was like a 2, or maybe 3, 4 parts. I don't know. It was about, well, somebody said, did I know they were, I said, no, they're swingers, right? But then, why was the mother saying she opened the house to everyone? Do swingers go to the house? So that was part of the question. And then it was, do you think that nonprofit, was that, I'm not saying she didn't work there or was on the board there, but was she doing that, or was that convenient to explain if they had these people staying at the house? Because why did the mother say, well, that's Mark and Teresa's room? Why did the mother say they opened their house to all of these people? They always had whoever, it was an open door policy over there. Is anyone following, like, where I'm going with this? She was saying they had big hearts. Right, Carla? They could have really big hearts. But do you think that in some way that was explaining away, what is Mark's brother's name? I don't know. You said, okay, I'll try to find it. I hadn't thought of it, but it's intriguing. Well, it is, because where did she get the name? That's Mark and Scott. So you're saying Scott, you're saying she said that was Mark and Scott's room, and she just had a momentary flashback to when Mark and Scott were living at her house maybe 40 years earlier? Cover to make it look innocent for having young girls there. Exactly, Carla. Exactly. And I think the mother said she had a younger daughter. That the woman that was staying at the house had a younger daughter with her. And then the mother talked about pool parties. Did you hear about the pool parties? Hi, Justin Casers. Red flag. I like, that's good. Red flag on the open door. That's good, Justin Casers. Hi, Anne. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Soul Diversity. You're going to pop into Google, so up to speed. Well, we're going to listen to, I cannot tell at all I can't see my chat is not, hold on, I'm going to try to see if it'll tell me anything. Hey, Knitting Artisan, how are you? Popping on to say hi. Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. Wish you could hang? Okay, well, hopefully another day. Hi, Apple Snapple. So let's listen to the audio. I'm going to put the audio on of Lanka, who the mother said, well, you got that from Lanka, didn't you? So let me see here. Hold on. And I have it all here. It was Lanka 1. Okay. Okay, now this should be, let me just make sure this is Lanka 1. Hang on. Now why is this one? Hold on. I just had Lanka 1. Lanka. Okay.
Today is Wednesday, July 1st, 2015. Approximate time is 14:19 hours. Currently present is Detective McHenry with Lee County Sheriff's Office conducting a sworn statement with Lenka Spitska, spelled Lenka, last name Spiska, white female with a date of birth of 9/13/74. Lenka has a address of 6773 Southern Oak Court, Naples, Florida 34109, with a contact phone number of 303-517-5960. Interviews currently taking place at the office address. What is the address?
10201. It's on the 10201 Arcus Avenue.
Okay, 10201 Arcus Avenue in Bonita Springs. Lenka, you do recognize me to be a law enforcement officer with the state of Florida, empowered to take a sworn testimony from you?
Yes.
Can you please raise your hand? Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay. Lenka, the reason why I'm out here today is I'm just trying to get some background information on Teresa. It's pronounced Sievers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did you know Teresa? Start with that.
Oh, we have met through our mutual friend, Karen. I was looking for working with a medical doctor to bring my energy healing to. And Karen introduced me to Teresa. We met here in the office first time. It was close to 4 years ago.
4 years ago? Okay. Did you know her just professionally, or did you also know her personally?
At that point, it was professional.
Okay. And when you'd met her, she was in this same location where we're at now?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me how you got to know her personally? Did you get to know her personally?
So the relationship, business evolved, and May last year, I believe, or maybe April, the opportunity came in her office to be here physically in her office, working on the deep tissue laser therapy, and I jumped on the opportunity just because, again, wonderful to work with a medical doctor and bring in my part of the business in, and that's kind of where our relationship started. We became, coming from working relationship to very, very close.
Okay. Have you ever been over to residence before?
Many times.
Okay, so you've met her family?
Yes.
And who all do you know from her family?
The children,
Okay.
the husband, the mom, sister.
Her mom, his mom?
Both.
Both? Okay.
The partner of Mark's mom. I know Annie, the sister, her husband Peter, their son. I met them. And then I just met a couple days ago the other siblings. And from that family, I believe that's it.
Okay. And what is it that you practice? What do you do?
She would describe it as I'm her east part of her Western medicine, which means that she deals with the physical aspect of a human, the body, and I work with the spirit and the mind, and we combined it together and had that message of, you need to have the connection of body, mind, and spirit. On top of that, I was a medical intuitive, and I was helping the patients, not only hers, but I have my own clients, of reaching the blockages through that intuitive reading.
Okay. Would you guys oftentimes see the same patients?
Yes.
Has there ever been anyone in the past or present that you guys might have seen that you thought might be a problem or had any ill intent towards either one of you?
No.
Never expressed any ill intent whatsoever?
No.
Okay. In Teresa's personal life, did you see any, did you know her friends and her other people she associated with outside of work?
Well, she was very active in the community, so that's one thing. The mother's home consumed lots of time until February, the last event, and then she officially quit.
What was the event that caused that?
No, it was not causing. It
was
just that's where she wanted to end it nice way. There was a fundraising, every year in Naples for that, and she was pretty much the one knocking on people's door asking for donation, and she just spent a lot of time, and I don't know how many years she got involved with Mother's Home, but it was taking a lot of time from her family, and she just wanted to just go a
It
different
was
route.
just time for
It was
her.
time. It was very
Did she
peaceful.
have any problems with anyone in the organization itself?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, nothing she ever expressed to you.
No, she always talked really highly of the organization, and she was very passionate about, what the organization stand for.
In the family life,
I will say one more thing.
Go ahead.
Sometimes I felt, in my opinion,
mm-hmm.
I felt that sometimes she was very close to the children, the young teenagers who were troubled, and to the point of some of them, one of them I believe was living in her house. So that's
Do you know
how
who that was? The name?
I can give you an idea. You can follow up on that.
Sure.
Maybe Brittany,
Brittany?
and she potentially is the one I was telling you about with the.
How old is Brittany? Do you
They're
know?
all teenagers. Maybe she's 19 now, 20. They all, young teenagers, mother teenagers.
Had you met her before?
I don't think so. No.
No. Okay. Now, when you say staying with her, she stayed at the actual residence? Do you know how long she stayed there for?
I
You
don't.
don't know. Was that recently or was that a while
That
ago?
was a while ago. But the thing is, that whole Britney situation just came up.
Again?
Well, that's what that court. So when the girls go into the house, they could be 15 years old, and they stay there until they are 18. And when you're 18 and you are adult, then the system sends you to the real world. So sometimes the girl is there 3 years, sometimes only a year. Just depends. But then you are on your own. And I'm really not sure the details. Mark would probably know more details about why she was there and not there, and what happened. But I know that when Brittany got into again some trouble with drugs or something, and so somehow she ended up in being arrested, and she lost her baby, and Teresa was really sad because she believed the babies should be with their mom, so she was really passionate about
Was
that.
this recently?
Yes,
This
it's
happened?
very recent.
About how long back would you say?
You can follow up with the courts. I believe the court was 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, no more than 3, no more. It
Now,
was Thursday, I believe. I even was so proud of her. I was just like, just standing up for her. But anyway, yeah.
so she had problems before in the past with, was it a chemical dependency? Brittany?
Brittany, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Do you know what kind of...
Yeah, Charissa has just shared with me pretty much from childhood, because the parents were giving it to her. So there was, dependency from childhood, and she became teenagers and blah, 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 blah. So this is what kind of a people she was dealing with.
So she had her own child too. Brittany had her own
Yes.
child. Did that child also stay with Teresa?
I believe so, because she threw her first birthday party in her house.
Okay. How old is that child now?
3, I believe. She's back. The baby, as far as I can tell, please just bear with my mind, but if I recall, the baby is back in the mother's home, I think. But they were trying to give it to the drug addict grandma, and so that's what Teresa was fighting for. She goes, don't give her to the grandma, put her in the mother's home.
Do you know the grandma's name? No.
No, which was Brittany's mother.
Who's Brittany's mother? Does she live local here or does she live somewhere else?
I'd be lying to you. I have no idea.
Okay. Was the Brittany's mother given Teresa problems?
I don't know any of that. I don't think so.
She
I don't
didn't
think
say
so.
that she reached out to her,
No,
came to the house, or anything like that.
No.
Okay. How was Teresa's relationship with Brittany?
She adored her. Just adored her.
Like her own child,
Oh my
or
gosh, and it's just, yeah. I mean, I think Brittany was the only child that she brought to her own house. She was very tight with her.
now did Brittany
Tight,
ever
I mean,
bring
tight.
anyone else to the house? Anyone
don't-
she dated? Anything like that?
I don't know. I don't know that. Mark would probably know.
Okay. There was any kind of ill intent between Brittany and her?
Oh, heck no. She was supporting her. She was sending her money at one point and stuff to the jail. I mean, whatever she was. I mean, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
How long has Brittany been out of that house for? Do we know that?
I don't know any of that.
Okay.
I really don't know.
And you'd never met her before?
No.
Had you ever met any of Brittany's family before?
No.
No? Okay. Is there been anyone else within their family that you know of that they were having any kind of family problems that were going on?
Problems. Marital problems like everybody else have. I mean, that I don't know about that. I mean, whatever.
Anything specific?
Specific.
Did she say she wanted a divorce? Did she say she was, was she ever seeing anyone else?
No, she
Was
did
he
not.
ever seeing anyone else?
No, not in that level. No. Honestly, I think she adored Mark. She adored him. But she was a personality of very short tolerance, and many times he drove her crazy. That's all. But ill content, like leaving him no.
Okay. Did she ever say anything about anyone that she had met recently or in the past that had any kind of ill thoughts towards her?
Not to my knowledge. Mm-mm.
How often would you say you would frequent the residence there?
Ooh, well, our children homeschool, so I get the kids together often.
Okay.
My kids and her kids.
Once a week, every couple of weeks, once a month?
Yeah, like just free. It just depends how busy they're during the season. I didn't have as much time. Now I seen them more. If I would just put general kind of like timeline, I don't know, average once every 3-4 weeks.
Every 3 to 4 weeks?
Yeah,
Okay.
the family. Yeah, I mean.
Now, they went up to visit family, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then Teresa ended up coming home early.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason for that? Do you know?
Well, I mean, she was going to her early appointments on Monday morning. That's what she told me. She's coming home late on Sunday, somewhere around midnight, and she's going to be working Monday morning.
Did she contact you when she got home?
No, she did not. She usually knows by that time I sleep.
Did she email you or contact you at all?
Just Saturday, we just quickly talked.
You talk about anything in particular?
Not particular, just we're going to be signing a contract with PR firm, that's all.
Okay. Is that business related?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was that supposed to take place the following week?
Yeah, I was ready to sign a contract Monday with her.
Okay, so it was Monday. And what is PR firm?
We were going again, our mission was to send the message of bringing the East and the West medicine to the world. I mean, we were just, right?
Okay. Sorry. With everything, well, you said the last time you talked to her was Saturday. And was there anything specifically she said? Did she want you to pick her up at the airport?
No.
Did she want to meet up with you or see you?
No, nothing.
Or did she say, I'll see you at work?
Well, work.
Or?
I mean, I had Monday off, and Tuesday I was looking forward to seeing her. We always had lunch together.
Okay. She didn't say anything else in the text, anything odd or awkward. Did she try to call you at all on Sunday? Late last night?
I did not want to interrupt her because it's for her family time, and I knew how precious that was for her, and it's kind of, I left it at that. Usually we talk over the weekend even, but I just respected the family time.
Understandable. Was she supposed to have anyone meet her at the airport that you know of?
I did not know that, but I just assumed she had a car there because it was such a short trip, 2-3 days, and she didn't like to hassle anybody for rides, especially midnight.
So she never asked you to
no, she
pick
was
her up or
very
anything like that?
logical. That I could just hear her. No.
Okay. In their residence itself, do you know of anyone and they had any problems with their neighbors or anything like that?
Just from what I heard from Mark and Charissa, they were really to themselves. You could even see the house was just big, huge fence. She liked it like that. She liked her privacy. She didn't even like to go to the gym even because she always said, I'm with people all day long. I do so much work. I want to be alone. I just don't want to if I go to work out, I don't want to be asked questions because she's a doctor. Everybody's like, I have an owie here, owie there. So once she was home, she was home.
Did she ever have any problems with anything that happened in the house? Burglaries? Any problems with anyone breaking into the house? Anyone she was afraid of around the neighborhood? She express anything like that to you?
Not at all.
No? Okay. And as far as to your knowledge, she's never never been a victim of any kind of crime like that?
Not like that, no.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, obviously you knew her a lot better than I would have. Is there anything that you feel that's important that I should know, that I should look into?
I just feel, like we spoke before, I just feel that maybe you can just look a little bit deeper into the mother's home. Not necessarily the organization itself, that's not what I'm saying. Just the trickling effect of it.
Okay.
You know, that, I don't know, how else I can say it.
Did that directly impact her family life?
In my opinion, absolutely. But not necessarily like a harmful way.
Mm-hmm.
It was just very time consuming and draining, in my opinion. It was taking, again, she quit in February, you have to remember that.
Right.
Okay, so when she finished in February, she pretty much walked away.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was one more incident. There was some kind of a changes in the organization. Again, I don't really know. That's just what she told me. And then the Mr. if I recall it, Bob. I think Bob. He has a jewelry store. That's kind of what yeah. So it was some kind of a soap opera with that going on, and she was upset with how they were treating
Was he
him.
associated with that?
Mother's Home? Yes, he was big donor, I believe.
Do you know who Bob's name is?
Shoot, Mark would know because they are friends. They're friends, and he was a big donor, and she felt like he was mistreated by the organization. Just stupid. This is really stupid stuff. It's just about money, they were non-profit organization, and I really am very ignorant of how that works, but supposedly it's a lot of soap opera. So
Okay.
that's kind of what I got. But again, I don't know if that is the avenue I'm talking about. I'm talking about the girls and the things there.
Has there been anyone from the mother's home that specifically that she's had problems with? That she ever expressed having problems with?
I wouldn't call it maybe problems. I would say power struggle.
Was there someone in particular she was having a power struggle with?
I honestly don't know their names. It was just, again, it was really politics involved. Who does what and how much this and that kind of stuff. I don't think it would create any big issues that she would lose sleep over it.
Right.
But last year was a big, huge part. I mean, that was a huge part of her life.
Okay.
For many years.
Did she feel a loss or a void from that, from losing that, or
A
from
little
stepping
bit.
away from
A
it?
little bit, for sure.
Did
But
she
that was
try
an
to
identity.
replace it with something else?
This, what we were doing.
Okay, so her replacement for that, getting out of that mother's house, was going into the business. Now,
Yes.
was it going to be a separate entity, or was it just going to kind of take over everything that she already had going?
No, what we're gonna do is we had, I have a business and she has a business, and we
Mhm.
just had a vision together. But our businesses would stay the same. We would just put our heads together and go in one venue, which was more stepping outside of this office and go on the road more. Like do seminars, do TV shows, do all of these other things. That's really where we were going. We would still have clients, each of us, but this is the junction that we were joining. That.
Were you happy with that venture, or
Yeah, I mean,
looking
look,
forward to that?
This is next week. That's what we were doing.
Right.
So it was, we had an event in Unity set up on January 29th next year. So that we already had things planned.
Sure. Blanca, is there anyone that you could think of that would ever do anything, have any ill intent towards Teresa or towards her family? Anyone that comes to mind?
Not at all.
Okay. And what do you think happened to Teresa?
Well, in my mind, I thought just two options, obviously, surprise or planned. But now looking at this, it looked like it was potentially planned. I don't know.
Okay. Now, before, that's what you were showing me before. That's when you were explaining everything. Now that we're on tape, would you care to reiterate everything that we've gone over before?
I can do it.
Sure.
I'll just skip the first part when I'm having a massage. That's not important.
Could you just explain what you do in your practice so that,
Yes.
we'll come together here?
I'm a intuitive who gets into people's energy, in situations' energy, and I can perceive information that is not explainable today, potentially. I don't have a quote reason behind it, and that's what intuition is. I'm accessing a realm that normal human being doesn't learn how to do it. So I'm capable of getting into the person's feeling. Doesn't matter if they are alive or dead. Doesn't matter if they are sitting next to me or they are 1,000 miles away.
How long have you been practicing that for in your life?
This is pretty much my whole life, but in business, officially in business, 5, 6 years, and again, before that, it was, I always been doing that.
Okay.
But this professionally in the doctor's office, actually doing this, we started combining this with Dr. Sievers a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so, and I want to state on this that this is not the truth. This is just potential help, maybe, that's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, dead. What a numbing word. I can't understand. When we find out she was murdered, what? I don't understand. So, Charissa, what happened? Please, I can't hear you. Tell me, what do you want me to know? Please, I know you are here. Just help me to hear. So start, please. What do you want me to write? Restless. Hot. Shaky, beating heart. Then twitching, then entering the driveway, thinking, oh, I'm just tired. But then, big noise, I saw a face. But then I panicked. Not normal, just stupid shit. I knew better. I went in and I got surprised. My head was hit to the ground. I screamed, but I couldn't. I don't think you need to know, Lenka. Just to know, it was just total shock for the guys. They were not. Charissa, what? My head is going. What? Going on the drive. What then followed you? Yes, they did. I didn't pay attention. Dark skin, young, scar on the face, red hood. 3 guys, blue Pontiac. They were total fucking punks, just roaming around. Charissa, what do you want me to do? Please give me a sign. That's all.
Okay. Were the words that you were feeling the words when they were coming to you? Was there any visions along with that? Did you see any images?
I don't recall them at that moment. I honestly, I was just, that's all I got.
Did you don't recall any of the images,
I mean, the
where
images,
she might have been at, or where?
The images probably were there. I just don't recall them at this point. I could try if I get any more details. Sometimes I'm able to do that.
Okay.
But again, like I said before, this is the first time I'm looking at it. I wrote this Monday night.
So it was Monday night. What time was that?
I think I went to bed around 11 p.m.
Lenka, is there anything else that you feel might be important for us to look into? Any people, any places, anything specific as far as that goes?
I really don't. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you feel that might be important that I might have missed in my interview with you?
I don't think so. I think you guys covered it pretty well.
Okay. Is it true that you've offered this testimony in your own free will and not been promised anything in return for your testimony?
That's correct.
Okay. So we'll now conclude my interview. The current time is 14:44 hours.
Okay, so that was the first interview, and then, let's see, she has one other one.
Today is Thursday, July 2nd, 2015. Approximate
This is
time
July
is
2nd now.
1:12 p.m. Currently present Detective McHenry conducting a sworn tape statement with Lenka Spiska, spelled Lenka, last name Spiska, white female, to date of birth at 9/13 of 74. Interviews taking place at the workplace. And it's going to be in reference to Lee County case number 15268-513. Lenka, previously, you understand I am a law enforcement officer empowered to take sworn testimony from you. Please raise your right hand. Solemnly swear your testimony you're about to give us the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay. Lenka, a couple of things I wanted to touch base with. We've been doing a little bit of investigation as we go. We get a little bit deeper into understanding everything. It seems like you're a person that Teresa would confide in with different information. I'm just wondering if there was any problems that she had been speaking about recently that might have come to light over the, last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you can think of that would be important? Problems she's having with people, or?
I mean, again, the levels of dramas of people. I'm trying to think about something not to miss. The fact I did forgot to tell you that there was always the tension between Sandra and Charissa.
Sandra, the office worker?
Yes, that's. I guess I just discounted it to bring that up.
What's Sandra's last name?
You got me, Huskins.
Huskins.
I'll have her on the phone, but
no problem. So, what kind of tension was it? Was there?
It's like unfunctional marriage that Teresa always said. It's unfunctional. We have to work together, and we can't stand it.
Okay. Did they have any problems before in the past with anything?
I don't know, but the one thing that was really upsetting to Sandra is that what I thought was telling Teresa she should have not crossed the boundary where she was worker but also patient. And then, Teresa had her vision of how would it be a good way to do it, and Teresa didn't follow through, and then put it on her shoulders. And then in the end, to my knowledge, it came to the point that Teresa refused to kind of work with her and just say, you need to go to another colleague. That really made her mad. And I felt yesterday even the energy of anger. And I was trying to lift it up a little bit, but I couldn't. I just had to walk away because Sandra is very, very pissed.
At Teresa?
Yeah. I have to be honest.
Was it just Teresa, or was it Teresa and Mark, or was it?
I would not doubt both of them because obviously they were partners and manager, bosses. They were bosses, both of them.
Right. Did Sandra's husband work here before?
Yes, Frank.
Okay, what happened with that? Why was he?
Frank was let go because he was a very sweet man, very, 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 very sweet, very gentle, but he was worthless. He was just not doing his job, and if you would know Teresa, she wanted to have things done, let's go, and he would be going like this, didn't do his job, didn't answer that. So that was, and plus they were married, so they were kind of like teamed up on Teresa, kind of, see. So the environment was for Teresa very frustrating. So she let go of Frank, and Sandra was next. She was kind of like, on
So
way.
was she planning on letting her go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time. That
Did she know that or no?
I think so, yes. And Sandra just told me yesterday that they had the conversation.
When did they have their conversation about that?
If you obviously you have Teresa's self, so you will see the conversations with me and her. You would even point that down in that date where they had a couple blow-ups. I don't know if it was 2-3 months ago. Sandra had some issues with her stomach. She has the victim personality, so it was one of those, the stress, and she was just kind of pointing the finger like, okay, it's this environment, it's just that how it was, and Teresa just didn't have patience for that, and so that they were like this, but they had to work together.
Right. Okay. The other thing that came up that we wanted to kind of question about the GoFund that was started. Who started that?
Yeah, I did.
You did. And what is that exactly?
That was a font for the family, for Sievers and the girls.
Okay. So it was something that are you the main person in charge of that?
No, I am not in charge of that. Now
Okay.
it's in Mark's hand.
Okay. So you've turned it over to him. You just set it up for
Yes.
him. Okay. All right.
My husband was physically involved in the setting it up, and then we gave, because you have to put passwords for banks and stuff, and so Mark himself, was putting it in because he obviously, we didn't have it, and he's very protective of his privacy, so he put it in, and then the whole account was then handed to him, and we have hands off. We have
Okay.
no more.
So you just set it up for
Yep.
him. With the other different volunteer places that she had, was there anything of that filtered into her private life directly?
Let me think about that one. On top of my head, I can't remember anything.
When we were going through a lot of her stuff, there was a lot of photos and a lot of other stuff that we came about. Were they involved in anything kind of out of the ordinary as far as having different partners or outside of relationship, anything inside or outside of their relationship?
When I came into the life,
yeah.
When I came into the life, that's when you see a lot of shifts. You can kind of put that together.
Sure.
She had, she lived on the edge in every single way.
Okay.
She was very aware of that, and she was trying to change it. She had addictions, obviously, and this and that.
What type of addictions?
Addictions with her self-image, this whole eating, and it's actually called some kind of it's actually a disease with that when you're controlling her food. Then she had, she had an issue with the pot. Then she had, the sexual orientation. Then she had, if you would know her, she had such an excess energy that had no outlet out there.
Okay.
And so I know she was depressed. I know that she had a medication on depression that was written on Mark's name, because she didn't want to have a paper trail that she was taking it.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I know.
Was she ever suicidal at all?
I don't know if she had it before. The last couple of days, 2 weeks ago, I do spiritual kind of stuff, and she
Sure.
finally told me, she looked at me and she said, I realized I was never happy. I never had a happiness in my life.
Did she say what she wasn't happy with particularly?
Her life. She had a very, very hard life. From
Growing
birth.
up?
Yeah.
Or?
Yes. Growing up, the whole, upbringing, chaos, this and that. And so me and her understood the physical aspect of how that works, oxytocin and the hormones, whatever.
Sure.
But on her level, she realized, I'm trying to make myself happy, but there's no happiness. And she was trying to create happiness. You see.
What would have helped her create the happiness that
We were
she
working
wanted?
on it. I was working with her.
What directly was it that she said that she needed?
She didn't need it. That's the thing. It's like, that's what I do for a living. There's no pill that you can take for happiness. You have to create it within herself. And she quits pot when I worked with her. And I think, I don't know, when was the last time she smoked the pot? Anyway, she tells me I'm the reason why she stopped, because I showed her different avenues of filling her soul versus just escaping the reality. That's what she was doing. She was so miserable. She was escaping the reality.
Okay.
So,
not to go too deep into everything, but did they have different partners that they were with together, or did they know about stuff that was going on with each other? Did they both have different partners that they were sexual with, or?
you know what? Those details I do not know.
She never confided any of that information with you?
She was very risque, let's say, but she didn't really share that. No.
Had you ever participated in anything with her or her husband?
No.
Okay. Do you know anyone directly who has?
No.
Did you know if they had any problems with jealousy or anything
He's very
else?
jealous.
He is.
Extremely.
Okay.
We were together in Chicago, and it was one of those incidences where, she was talking to this other doctor, and
Do you know the doctor's name?
No, I don't. It was just a seminar. I don't.
Okay.
But anyway, so we were just, just there, and he just like, they exchanged numbers because he was doctor, and they were working on this movement with Shili and stuff, and so I just didn't like his energy, obviously, and I just sensed it right away. I can read people, so I can just like, oh, no.
How long back was that?
That was, I think it's harmless, but okay. It was Chicago last October.
Okay.
So anyway, we were going, upstairs in the elevator, and, they were chit-chatting. I was in the elevator, and again, I sensed this, like, don't like it. And then I even told her, I said, this guy doesn't like women, And she goes, oh, I said, yeah. But anything, I just pinpoint a couple things to her. I'm like, mm-mm. And sure enough, it was like 10 p.m. and he texted her, come to my bedroom, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes, I can't believe it. I'm like, I can, because I can see it. So that's kind of those situations. So,
right.
she was confiding to me that she has issue with that she just wants to have this all the time. And
relationships outside of marriage?
She's not necessarily relationships, like she's seeking, not necessarily seeking, that's not the word. She didn't want to anymore. She was almost like a drug addict on a detox. When I was with her from that point, she tried to detox herself from all of
everything.
That. She
Okay.
was on that path.
Was she using that to fill a void in her life at all?
Absolutely.
What was the void she was trying to fill?
She was depressed.
Depression?
Oh, big time. Again, we were working on that. That's kind of what I was in with her. She was doing
Was
a
it
good job.
anything from past that she had growing up? Someone
yes.
not being there, a
Oh, yes.
parent
Oh,
or a
yeah.
family,
Oh, yeah.
or
her mom was teenage let's see, how would she say that? Her mom was 16 years old when she got pregnant, and then the husband left, so that kind of thing, and there was a lot of violence in the household. She kind of told me bits and pieces.
she was raised by a single parent?
Yes, but then it was the father and stepfather who was, she says, always asshole, and he was very, very, quote, bad, and then he committed suicide in the end, and so she always dealt with this drama,
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's quite a bit to go through. And was she in an abusive relationship, or with that in the family environment?
I think there was always abuse about her. Oh, and did anybody tell you that she was?
No.
Yeah, she was also on top of all of this.
How old was she when that
She
happened?
started when she was, I think, gosh, I don't know actually if anybody has more detailed information about the age, but it's something coming up to me, maybe 12. That sounds right.
By whom?
It was her when she was growing up in this neighborhood. It was her kind of like a friend who was older.
Male, female?
Male.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just, she was young, so that was kind of the thing that they were doing. He was telling her this is love, and it was going on for 4 years. And when she finally was old enough, she said, "Okay, we love each other."
Regular or deviant?
What's the
I mean, different from normal. Like, was it regular?
was
it a regular sexual
anal
relationship, or was
sex,
it
regular anal sex?
Okay.
It was like no pregnancy, scare.
okay?
Yes, that's kind of what she said. She says she didn't even know any better.
Okay.
She thought this is how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when finally she realized, okay, we are old enough, we can tell the parents, we love each other, then he's like, no, and that's kind of where that ended.
How much older was he? You remember?
I don't think he was like adult though. I think he was like 16
Okay.
or 17.
Okay, so he wasn't an adult, but he was older than her.
Yeah.
Did he use any kind of physical force or anything like that?
I don't know those details.
Okay, she never expressed that
No.
to you. Okay. With her current relationship, was she was doing stuff without the husband's knowledge, is that correct? Or did he know about stuff that was
When
going
I came
on?
to the picture, she would tell him everything, which I thought it was crazy. Like there was another incident she was telling me in Orlando, and she didn't act on it, but it was literally to the point, and she told him, So it was one of those. Why do you tell him everything? And I think she even told him about the guy in the elevator and all that. I'm like, why you have to stir up this drama? You know, nothing happened. But that, you know, especially she knew how he's going to react.
How would he react to something like that?
I think he would be very, very angry, upset.
Was he ever aggressive towards her?
I have no idea about that.
Did she ever come in with any kind of marks or anything?
But she's no, I don't know. I don't know, and I have not seen it.
Not that you've ever seen. Okay. Did she also have an interest in women too, in a sexual nature?
I have no doubts. She never passed.
Did she ever say that to you?
Not directly, no.
Okay.
But that was very obvious. Not obvious. I know things. So
I know you do.
Yeah. So
So
that was
she
not
did.
a big deal. Yeah.
Okay.
She knew. She knew I knew.
Was it people? Was she doing stuff with people she knew, or was it people she'd randomly meet?
I don't know that.
You don't know that.
Mm-mm.
Did she ever talk about any partners that she had in particular that stood out?
No.
No.
She didn't talk about that. No.
Okay. Just again, I'm just
Yeah, I know,
trying
I know.
to piece together
I know.
anything that seems unusual.
I
If
know.
there was any kind of jealousy, if there was anything,
Yeah.
if there was another person in the mix that we don't know about,
Yeah.
it would definitely help us to try to pinpoint
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
She never talked about anyone. Would this stuff happen when she was primarily out on conferences, or did she ever bring it into the household environment?
I actually, again, I don't know, because when I entered her life,
Yeah.
she was already kind of getting into that detoxing stuff. So she was really trying to.
Did she remiss through that time though?
She what?
Like remiss, go back to her
No,
old
I don't think
ways?
so. No, she really enjoyed. You know, she felt like she really been in the wholeness. You know, she would start feeling. She really was not feeling anything. She was just going numb through the life.
Was there any other things out of the norm that she expressed to you via people she would be interested in, or
No,
sexual things that she would
she
do?
really didn't. She really didn't. I'm trying to think if we always talked about that. It was always an interesting subject, but not.
She didn't bring up anything that really
No,
was
nothing.
questionable to you at all?
Mm-mm.
Or you asked, well, why do you do this, or why do you
No.
do that?
No, she was actually, in the one period of time, she was losing interest in sex completely. And in one period, they didn't have sex for almost like over a month. I don't know if that means anything to her. It probably did a lot.
With the husband?
Mhm.
Okay. Was it anything in particular that was going on in their
she
personal
was pissed
relationship?
off with him for some unknown reason. You know, there was a lot of frustration. I mean, it was just.
Did she direct her frustration towards him?
She was a very explosive person. Like I said, living on the edge, she lived on the edge. And I don't know if you got that from just watching her on TV and stuff, but one thing maybe I should have tell you is that I felt that she never had a sanctuary to go to. This was the place that she worked, and this was stressful, and then she came home and it was stress there. He drove her crazy.
Just the little things he did, or
Little
something
things,
particular?
Everything.
Everything.
He just deals with life differently. They were just not a good match on that level of
Compatible.
communication.
Yeah.
So, you know, she would say, pick up the milk, and, oh, honey, where's the milk? It would just go, she would just blow up.
Did she talk about wanting to get a divorce from him?
And in one point, she just felt that she did tell me that she would potentially thinking about this and that. Would that be the answer? She was really scared of doing something like that.
Why?
That cross? Well, because who's going to take care of the kids? He was the mom. Okay.
Okay.
That's a big, huge twist here.
Sure.
She really, if you look at this from the outside world, she was more to everybody else's mom, but not her own kids. There's no judgment. I'm just saying this. That on a
fine.
daily basis, that she came here, whatever, 8, 9. She came home 7, 8 p.m. Sometimes later, depends. Then she had conferences, or she had this and that. So you could see that he was the primary mom at all times. So of course she didn't want to lose that. I mean, she loved her children dearly, of course. But that's the thing is that because he was a manager, and because again he didn't do things the way she visualized, it drove her crazy. So it was craziness and here, craziness there, it was this all the time. And so when she brought it up,
How long ago was that she brought that up to you?
Well, we talked about that subject.
Recently?
No, it was last year, November, I think. And my advice to her was, you know what? Let's take one step at a time. Let's just see if we can find somebody here who can manage the place, and then you guys could have marriage. Because my opinion is you should not have hats in both. So I said, let's just work on that. Let's just visualize this, and then if that doesn't work, then let's just go to that level. So that was my advice to her, and she like that sounds right. And so that's when I was guiding her to that direction. I didn't want her to just jump into something, but she was definitely, and I know I didn't say it first time because to me it wasn't. I love Mark, and it's just so hard for me to talk about him this way.
We understand that,
Yeah.
and a lot of times people, it's hard talking to someone outside and to get, but you understand also the importance of how some of this could come into play if there's a jealousy issue, if there's an outsiding factor that's going on, either by an outside source or through someone in the family. Was she having problems with any of his family or her own family at all?
No, you know what? No. She didn't care for his mother-in-law, but that was it. Like she didn't have any opinions or nothing. Just like, yep, they there. Like nothing.
Have they ever got into any kind of anything,
No.
nothing like that?
No, she didn't sweat it, but at all. That was just no. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Any person that you can think of that she specifically recently said she was having problems with that would possibly want to harm her?
Mm-mm.
Anyone that she was just like, I'm trying to avoid this person, they keep bothering me?
Mm-mm.
Nothing like that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Who do you think could have done this to her?
I don't know. I'm just still want to talk to you about that other source that you maybe want to look into. That's all. I don't know.
Did she bring that that was the Hope, right? The house for the females?
No, the other one that we started this morning about the pharmaceutical.
Okay.
I didn't finish talking about that.
Okay, what was that? Go ahead into
this,
that.
This April or May, and again you will find out. It was a conference. Okay, I'm going to start from the beginning.
Okay.
The movement of medicine is huge, and if you look around, if and you do this for a living, there is a huge movement of silencing doctors who are not conventional, including Dr. Oz. He was just under huge craziness. These doctors are sued all the time. And then I'm not going to talk about him, but you really need to start looking into this. She was a powerhouse. This woman, when she came on a stage, she was a powerhouse. She was, wow. So she had this mission that we were doing together to bringing this to the surface. And she was deciding to go to the NCH in a hospital in Naples to talk about it. She was invited by the hospital to speak about conventional medicine, this medicine with the hormones and this food and whatever. And she goes, Lenka, I'm not going to talk about that. And I'm like, what are you going to do? She says, I'm going to talk about what we're doing. And I'm like, are you sure? She says, yeah, I'm going to do it. And she knew this was big. This is big because you don't bring that. You don't bring the body, mind, and spirit into conventional medicine. They will shut you down. And so I was sitting in the audience. I said, I'm going to go support you. And I know she was nervous. I mean, anyway, she had a person before her, Dr. Southmaid, speak before her. And, the people were sitting down and, okay. Then Teresa came on board. She opened her mouth and people were like
they couldn't believe it.
They were like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about, I have goosebumps and anyway, so that was a breakthrough. And this one was like, we got in the car, we were both shaking, like unbelievable. She says, this was big. And anyway, so that's what I was saying then. This is very important for you to know. When we did the video in Texas, she interviewed Dr. Noam Shealy. She also interviewed the doctor, and I have to Google his name. He started the South Beach Diet. They are mavericks, okay? They are huge mavericks into going against the pharmaceutical mafia, they call them. And she interviewed them, and she interviewed Dr. Thornburg. She interviewed a couple other things. She interviewed me. Anyway, what they brought up is a Flexin report. Flexin report is something that they don't want in the mainstream media, and this is going to be probably anyway. Flexin report is it was established in 1910, and this is pretty much where conventional medicine gave birth. It was a guy, and I forgot his name, who kind of decided that if the medicine doesn't have a scientific evidence, then it's not a medicine. And so this is where medicine separated from, the acupuncturists, the herbalists, the massage people, whatever you're doing on my world, that world was cut out, including DOs, including chiropractors. They were not worthy, and the only people who were worthy were medicine. So they created this separation from that in 1910. So she was bringing it up, how that happened, even though that guy had no education, he wasn't a doctor, and even though all the doctors know it, nobody ever talks about it. And she wanted to bring it up. She says, now it's time to bring that back into this. Trust me, the media do not want it. They cannot have that. I'm telling you, you need to look into that.
Who in particular? I mean, local. It's not
a local thing. That's the thing. It's not a local. These doctors are dying all over the country. And the ones who not, they are gone of this country. I'm following this stuff for a long time. Okay, I know these doctors are just escaping this country.
Did she ever have any threats in relation to that from anyone?
She didn't have that. Let's just say yet. I told her, be careful. I was fearful for her. I'll be honest with you. I said, Teresa, you know what we're doing, right? You know, I have nothing to lose. I'm just a little bug here. You're the big fish. You have to be careful. And she was not. She was not afraid. That was her mission. This one was her passion. And so I'm telling you that if that Flexin report, I don't know. Just I know the importance of it. I know. And Norm Shealy, that she mentions many times. He's 93 years old, and he created this movement called. It's just escaped, but it's almost like he is under umbrella with the Indians, so the government can't touch him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's protected.
And he was telling Charissa, you need to do the same. He's telling all the doctors who are like Charissa, you guys need to protect yourself. You need to go under that umbrella. And she was considering that because she knew she was going against the stream.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I know this is heavy, and I'm more than happy to tell you more details about that because that's my expertise. I know how this works.
Right.
You know?
Well, that's why I'm trying to figure out if there's a local connection that might have.
This particular connection is not local.
It is not.
This is $1 billion industry, and they are quieting these doctors down.
Okay.
This is gonna. If that is the lead, that's gonna be hard to follow.
Okay. All right. Nothing you can think of personally, though, where she was getting threats, texts, emails, anything left at her residence, anything that would support that. Okay. All right.
So, of course, just a theory. I mean, of course, you guys have theories, but it's like, what's stopping these mafia? I'm sorry, but that's what Norm Shealy calls them, pharmaceutical mafia, hiring somebody. I mean, this is the thing. It's just like they cannot. The people she was empowering was no drugs. The doctor that she interviewed, who was the part of the South Beach diet, and he's not a dietitian with this stuff. What he proved to the medicine, and this is on the video with him. He proved that chelation will stop the processing of bypass surgery and stents putting in the body. That's $1 billion industry.
Yeah,
you can have this information out there. So what they did to him, they funded it. They funded it, and then when they came out, and like, oh, we need more research. No, this was the research. See, this is what I'm saying. This stuff is big.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I know I'm just probably being drama queen here. But.
No, it's all good. Anything else you can think of, Lenka, that's important that I should look into? Any people that I should talk with that you think she might confide in if there was anything going on? You think she definitely would have told you if she had problems with someone, if someone was stalking her, was bothering her, was she was having a definite problem with?
Yeah, she would. She would.
She never expressed anything like that to you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
No, I mean, of course, the landlord here, she was, they hated her guts here, but, the last time she blocked the deal here from going forward, and I don't really know the details, but, this big, huge thing was always driving her crazy. She was trying to get out of here, she couldn't. So I know the last meeting, she was the only one standing up and voting down the
When was the meeting?
Not so long ago either. Honestly, I don't know.
And that was to sell the property, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which she believed it was a bad move.
So she was the only one that voted it down?
Mm-hmm. And they don't like her here. She's just not, they don't like her.
Okay. And what they ever talk numbers of what they were going to sell for?
Millions, but there was, again, it was just...
Appointment?
No. I have 2:00. It was not clear it was millions, but it was also attachment to it. So that was not making sense. I really don't know the details. So
Okay. All right. I'm going to conclude everything then. Is there anything else you think I might have missed that I need to address?
if I do, I'll keep that in mind. Let you know later.
Okay. Very good. So I'll include my area. Current time is 1:44 hours.
Okay, so those were the 2 interviews of Blanca. I'm going to have to listen again because Jimmy did not hook the soundbar up right, and her voice was so hard to hear for me. Him, I could hear fine. So you said, I've heard a theory before. It's going to be around. I think I saw it on Facebook. So, what did she say? She said that Teresa was into women. Did she say that? And that Mark was very jealous, and that there was something when they went away, something about an elevator. She did, okay. Did she say that Teresa was scared of Mark? Okay. I think they both had many, many partners. She said he drove her crazy. And did they say that they were thinking Teresa wanted to let Mark go and not handle the business billing or whatever he was doing for the office, and that this one told Teresa, just take it one step at a time or something? It's my understanding that this woman, more of a colleague than an employee, right, was that she thought perhaps Teresa was murdered because of, correct, Miss Mary. That's what I'm getting from there, that's what she thinks. You didn't hear that. Okay. Why could not the business partner cover for Teresa that morning? Because they didn't practice the same type of thing. She was the, what did she say? She was the east to Teresa's west. She did deep tissue massage and stuff like that. She wasn't a doctor, correct? She mentioned that Mark was raising the children and Teresa didn't want to get divorced and lose that. Okay. She portrayed the opposite as what Bonnie was saying about the marriage. I think if this woman didn't have relations with her, then she sure seemed to go there in her mind. Teresa was afraid of Mark because he was the mother in the family. That's what I got. The happy ending kind. I don't know, Derek. Not there in the office, at least, I don't think. Hold on, Kathy. You keep asking that, and I don't want to answer incorrectly. Let me see. I'm just looking at something interesting. Hold on, I'm going to show you. Make sure you can see this. Okay, so this is Vitals, Dr. Sievers. It says 3.9 on the reviews. She's got 8 of 13 here. Where has she been? But that was on 2012. She was still alive. This one says, stay away. Self-verified patient of Dr. Teresa Sievers overdosed on hormones. Labs don't lie. She denied it. Staff incompetent. And then she did deal with the hormones. Let's see here. This one is a 5-star. This one is a 1-star. It doesn't say anything. Another 5-star. A doctor who cares about the whole person. And Mr. and Mrs. My husband and I are in the diplomatic service and travel a lot. Each of us represents a different European country. When we need medical care, we usually need it right away. Dr. Sievers has not only been able to provide, blah, blah, okay. 2 stars. Lots of assumptions were made without asking questions, was put off by her arrogance and the need to talk without listening to the patient. The office was nicely decorated. View all, let's see. Dr. Sievers saved my life. When I was a new patient, Dr. Sievers went through my entire file of the previous doctor visits. She came across one that she felt should have had a follow-up on my lungs after a bout of pneumonia. Only to please her, I went back to follow up, and it was discovered that I had a rare disease that, if left unattended, would have ended my life. I'm forever grateful to Dr. Sievers for being a very thorough doctor. And this one says, a slap in the face. I had a horrible experience with this doctor. I would advise not choosing her as your physician. I know of 5 people who have already changed doctors because of her practices and the way her staff treated them. I wish I had known before my appointment. Why is this not close that? I don't know why that's not closing. Hang on. Okay. And let's see, 2. Okay. And I'm still trying to find out if she's an MD or a DO. Hang on. Let's see here. Here's her obituary. Let's look at this. Okay. Let me make sure that this is showing. Yeah, okay. She's an MD. Ross University School of Medicine. That's in Guadalajara, Mexico. Oh, where's my chat? I missed most of this, but I saw people talk about the deaths of natural doctors. Don't know about that. You're choking on ashes. Okay, so, and then she did a residency at the University of Florida, where she was awarded Resident of the Year. She also became board certified in internal medicine after moving to Bonita Springs. In 2006, she opened her practice, Restorative Health and Healing Center in Estero Medical Center, and was on staff at Naples Community Hospital. 2008, Dr. Sievers completed a board certification and fellowship at the American Academy of Anti-Aging, Regenerative, and Functional Medicine. 4 years later, she obtained her Medical Master of Science degree in Metabolic and Nutritional Medicine through the University of South Florida. Intrigued by Eastern medicine, Dr. Sievers began exploring energetic healing and was the first MD in Southwest Florida to openly embrace the mind, body, and spirit connection as a core healing modality offered to patients. Sievers and her partner, see, there's Lenka Spiska, her partner. She's not her employee, she's her partner. Intuologist, quantum energy healer. Okay, that's what Lanka is, an intuologist, quantum energy healer. We're committed to taking healing to the next level. Her motto to her patients, I am passionate about empowering you to tap into the doctor within you. Dr. Sievers believes strongly in supporting local charities and giving back to her community. In 2008, she became directly involved with Our Mother's Home of Southwest Florida and teacher to teen mothers and their babies. She also worked with Wings of Shelter International in Southwest Florida and the Good Shepherd's Ministry of Fort Myers. Dr. Sievers is survived by her loving husband, Mark D. Sievers, 2 daughters, Josephine Edie Sievers, 11, and Carmela Louise Sievers, 8. Her mother, Marianne Groves of Seymour, Connecticut, 2 brothers, Patrick and Frank, and 3 sisters. I guess the mother must have remarried, right? I'm just looking at these last names. It looks like that because they've got Tottenham, but there's one brother there. It doesn't have one brother. Let me see. 2 brothers, Patrick and Frank Longobardi. The sisters are all Tottenhams. And what did they give her maiden name? Daughter of the late John Tottenham. She had a GoFundMe page. In lieu of flowers, contributions can be made to Dr. Sievers' Family Foundation. I wonder if that is still around. Probably not. No. Okay. All right, so what are you guys saying? Let me see. Bonnie fed the dogs and cat that lived in the house, right? Very unusual, holistic MD. Pity her intention, didn't tell her. Teresa, okay, let me see here. They were very big on holistic healing. Solanka lost her cash cow. Why are there no interviews with Mark? Intuologist. I wonder the same thing. She's an MD. She is an MD. I've just started herbal medicine, but my teachers have said a bit about it. I'm about an hour late. Oh, that's okay, Janelle. It's okay, Janelle. Why have none of Okay, I don't know. I don't know. It could be because he's on trial. I don't know. I don't see them in the discovery. That's all I can tell you. Do they have a probable cause affidavit for Jimmy and Curtis? There's over 1,000. There's I think there's like, and then there's well over 1,800 pages of warrants and all of that. So I'm sure they did have that in there. We went through some of the stuff. I have it up to look through some of it. Let's see what I have. Hang on. See what I have here. This is, which one is this one? This is a probable cause on Curtis. What did you want, a probable cause on Curtis? That's what I have right here. Who wanted to see a probable cause on Curtis? That's right here. State of Florida, Curtis Wainwright. Okay, so it goes through this whole thing, you know, Friday, June 26th, Mark Sievers and their children left. Teresa comes home. We've gone through this. I mean, I'll go slow, so if you want to pause it and read it on your own, I'll go through it slow. And then you can come back and stop the video and read it. So if you want to go to here, let's see what we get out of the story. We read this about that Angela was a waitress. Remember this? Curtis is disabled. We read all this. We did go through this. It's in one of the earlier, if you want to listen, I do read this. It's in one of the early live videos of the case. See, detectives have learned through the investigation the Sievers were involved in numerous affairs with men and women both together and outside of their marriage. Recently, Teresa has been going through what appears to be menopause, and her libido has been extremely affected to the point of her husband Mark documenting their marital issues to include talk of divorce, lack of intimacy, and Teresa's harsh emotional treatment of Mark in his notes on his cell phone. Detectives have also spoken with at least one close family friend who Teresa confided in that she was looking to divorce Mark. Mark has numerous photos, videos, and FaceTime chats on his phone download that show he had numerous extramarital affairs with multiple women. we did read this. So, due to the scene being obviously staged, detectives are possibly looking for any other weapons that may have been utilized during the course of the offense. Detectives define staging as intentional efforts made by the offender to change the environment of the scene before and after committing the homicide. And this was Angela, Sergeant LeBold, and I think I'm able to play this one now, okay? So this is recorded a sworn interview with Angela Wright. Angela confirmed that her husband Curtis rented a white Hyundai Elantra. Now I do have this interview right here. Let me see if, hold on. This would be Angela. This would be Curtis's wife. We tried to listen to this the other day.
Okay, we are recording. Today's date is it's July 12th, 2015. Time's approximately 7:25 a.m. I am currently located at the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Missouri, in the city of Hillsborough. The address here is 400 First Street. Street, correct?
Hillsborough, 401st Street.
400 First Street, and first is the number 1 ST in Hillsborough, Missouri. Hillsborough is Hillsboro. This is Sergeant David Lebed with Lee County Sheriff's Office, currently speaking on the record in reference to report number 268513. I'm currently speaking with Angela Marie, which is Marie, Wright, Wright. She's a white female with a date of birth of 12/31/1972. The best phone number to reach her at is 314-677-7311. She currently lives at 8894 Chapel Hill Court in Hillsborough, Missouri. Zip code is 63050. Also present for this interview to swear Angela in, since I'm out of my jurisdiction, is Detective Micah Nelson. Micah is Micah. His last name is Nelson, Nelson. White male. His badge number is 389, and he works for Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Detective Nelson, can you swear Angela in?
Yes. Angela, my name is Detective Nelson. I work for Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, and being a sworn deputy sheriff for Jefferson County, you understand that I can take sworn testimony from you, correct?
Yes.
Okay, can you raise your hand, please? Can you swear that
Right
you
and
tell...
left.
Right.
Right hand.
Sorry.
You're good.
Can you swear to tell the whole truth?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Micah. Go do what you got to do. All right. Like you said, I work for Lee County Sheriff's Office.
Hang on one sec. Can I just look out there? I think my mom might be outside.
Yeah, she has my phone number. She's going to call me if she is. Yep.
I just saw a truck pull up.
That's fine. No problem. No problem. Okay. All right. Like I said, all I did was swear you in for a statement. I didn't read your Miranda rights. I understand you were already read Miranda rights by the Jefferson County CERT that went to your house and served a search warrant on your house today.
They did more than that.
Well,
oh my goodness.
Right. Well, I'll explain to you the nature of our investigation by the end of this conversation. I think you'll understand where they're coming from.
Okay.
Okay. I've been working a case since June 29th. It's a Monday. And it was involving the death of a female in Florida.
Right.
And part of that investigation has led me to where I am now.
Okay. So we
Particular.
just came back from there. We just got home.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me about that?
We got a phone call on Tuesday morning from Mark's brother Scott.
Mark Sievers?
Uh-huh. Saying that Teresa had passed away. Mark was the best man in our wedding. Mark and Wayne have been friends since they were kids, and I've actually known Mark since I was a kid also.
Did he live up here?
He used to.
Okay. When did you guys get married?
May 2nd.
That's nice. Of this year?
Yes.
And you said Mark was best man for Wayne, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Curtis Wayne Wright, but you guys call him Wayne.
Yes.
All right.
So when we got the call from Scott, we basically Wayne's car was in the shop, so we went and rented a car and drove to Florida because
I thought he already had a car rented.
he did have a car rented, but
Because he
it
said
was
he's
due
had it for
back.
2 weeks.
Yeah, we got it. No, we got this car on the Tuesday before.
Let me get my calendar
From
out.
50.
It's been a long day. Let me look at my calendar. It makes it easier for me. Okay. So today is the 12th. It's a Sunday.
Yes.
And you guys...
It'll be 2 weeks on Tuesday.
On Tuesday the 14th. Now 2
Yes.
weeks makes sense because if we go back
Yeah, it'll
from
be.
the 14th to the 7th is 1 week.
Yeah.
And then he rented the car on the 30th?
Yes.
Okay, on the 30th.
Yeah, that's Tuesday.
Tuesday the 30th
Yeah.
is when you guys rented this car.
Yes.
My understanding there was another car rented before
Yes.
that. Was it the same car?
No.
It's a different car.
Yes.
Was it rented from the same place?
No, because it was the body shop rented it.
Which body shop?
Mertz Auto Body.
Martz?
MERTZ.
M-E-R?
TZ.
TZ. Okay.
Yeah, she had made the arrangements for the rental car, but it was supposed to be back.
Okay, so then you had to give that
So
back.
we took that one back. Well, we realized after we had that phone call that we were going to need a car.
Mm-hmm.
So we called around and just priced rental cars, and it was cheaper to get one through Thrifty than it was to go through Enterprise, where we had the first.
So Mertz Auto Body rented a car from Enterprise?
Yeah,
for him?
well, I think Wayne paid for it. I don't know.
Right, from Enterprise.
Because we didn't have car rental insurance. We thought we did, but we didn't. So
Where's Enterprise at?
right next door to the auto body shop.
Oh, it's next door? That's
Yeah.
nice. That's smart.
Yeah,
And where's this? What city is this in?
Fenton. Yeah, but then that car was due back on that Tuesday, the 30th.
The 30th. What
But-
day did Wayne rent that car?
The
The one from
The-
Enterprise, the first one.
we took the car into the shop on Wednesday, I think.
Of that week. So Wednesday would be the 24th, correct?
Yeah, I think
Of
that's
June.
when we. Yeah, I think that's when we took the car in the shop. I mean, I
Okay, that's fine.
don't know exactly.
That was
I'm
it that
pretty
week, though?
Sure it was that week.
It was a
yes.
day that week.
Yes.
Okay. And then 25 is Thursday, 26 is Friday, 27 is Saturday, Sunday's the 28th, Monday's the 29th. The 30th is when you got a call from Scott Sievers, correct?
Yes.
And Scott Sievers said something bad's happened, or what he said. Did he call you? Did he call Wayne? What did he say?
He called Wayne. And I mean, I wasn't on the phone. I don't know exactly what he said. You'd have to ask Wayne, I guess, to know exactly what he said. But I mean, he said something along the lines of Mark's wife passed away, and he didn't really give us any details at that point. We didn't.
Sure. I have a question about that car rental. That first car that he rented, Wayne, from Enterprise, do you know what kind of car it was?
It was the same kind of car. It was an Elantra.
So it's a Hyundai Elantra. Do you remember the car?
Do I remember the car?
The color, I'm sorry?
White.
Because right now you have, like, what is it, silver?
Yeah, it's like a dark gray or.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one was white. And it was like a 2015 Hyundai Elantra.
And it was returned on that Tuesday the 30th?
Yeah.
During that week after the car was rented, did Wayne take a trip anywhere? Angie, you live with him. You know why I'm here. Come on.
I don't.
You know what happened. Just tell me what you do know. What you do know for fact is that Wayne took a trip somewhere.
He went on a business trip. He said yes.
Yeah, where did he take a business trip to?
He said he was going to. What's the name of the town? It's in Florida, but on the other side of Florida.
Why was he going to Florida? What was the business trip for?
He does auction stuff with Jerry Lubinsky. And Jerry has Titusville. That's where.
Business trip for auctions with Jerry Lubinsky in Titusville?
Mm-hmm.
You understand I'm going to talk to Jerry Lubinsky, right?
That's fine. I mean, I don't know. I'm just telling you what.
Angie, I know more. I know you know more than that. Okay, listen. You have been through a lot in your life, and you are newly married, and I understand your loyalty to your husband, but I want you to understand something. Depending on how things go, and facts and truths, there's things called principle, there's things called accessory, after the fact, and things of that nature. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, please. Hello? Hello? Hi, ma'am. I'm talking to your daughter inside right now. Moment I'm done, I'm going to come out. Are you out in the parking lot? Okay. When I'm done, yes. Yep. I'm right inside. When I'm done, I'll come out and grab you, okay? Thank you for your patience. Bye. All right, your mom's here, like you said. Okay. What day did he leave for this business trip?
Friday.
So you left on Friday the 27th?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what time?
No.
Do you know what part of the day? Morning, afternoon, night?
No, I wasn't home.
Where were you?
On Friday, where was I? God, I don't know.
Take your time. It's very important. I know you know this is important.
Wait, he left on Saturday, not Friday.
Okay, so you left on Saturday the 28th. Tell me exactly what he said to you, please.
He just told me he was going on a business trip. That's all he told me.
He told you more than that. Did he say where he was going?
He said he was going to Florida.
And then in Florida, he said he was going to do something for someone to help them with something specific. What did he tell you?
That he told me he was going to do computer work.
Exactly. He was going to do computer work for who?
For the auctions, is what he said.
You're close to telling the full truth.
That's what he told me. He was going to do computer work for the auctions.
He also said a person's name, and it wasn't Jerry Lubinsky. I want to tell you something, Angie. You've been through a lot. You're a very polite person. Your mom's a very polite person. They've taught you right and wrong. They've taught you morals, ethics, and truths and lies. I know that. I can tell by the way you handle yourself, the eye contact you give me, how sincere you are. And I can tell when people are not telling me the whole truth. And I understand why, too. Because sometimes people forget things. Sometimes people remember things differently. And sometimes they go out of their way to tell partial truths because they don't want to get anyone in trouble. Because the people that they're talking about are very close people that they love, and they've worked hard in their life to be happy. Because someone like yourself, and I can relate on different levels, I know we don't know each other, but from what I've learned, you've been through a lot. You deserve a win. You deserve to be happy. The position you're in right now is the person that you've coupled your life with has made some choices and has done some things that have affected your life because they promised to be with you for the rest of their life. But then they made choices that would maybe remove their ability to be with you for the rest of their life, or for at least a significant period of time. Does that make sense? Understand this. I'm from Florida. We're in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here about something very serious.
I understand that.
Okay. So let's do this one more time. And let's be honest with each other, because I don't think you had anything to do with this. I think you're a good person that has been put in a situation that's not a good situation by somebody who was either selfish or they didn't think the whole situation through, or maybe they thought they would actually get away with it. But that's not the case. And that's why we're here. And that's why we used a SWAT team to go in there today. Because of the big picture. We comprehend the danger we're in because of choices that were made and actions that were committed. I don't think you have anything to do with that. Wayne made some choices that put you and your grandson in a very bad position. But they're professionals, the people that came to you today. And that's why everyone's safe. Because they trained for this. They're not cowboys, they're not reckless. But you know why they're there. Or you suspect it. And it's a hard thing to hear. It's a hard thing to hear when you find out about someone you love and you trust, and you've paired your life with them and said, I want to be your everything, and I want you to be mine. And they say to you, yes, I do. But then, when they're not around you, or they go out of their way to talk behind you in ways that you wouldn't know about through different communication techniques, and they talk to their friend, and they make plans, and they make permanent choices for other people's lives. And then we get involved, the police, and our job is to tell the story, find the facts, find out who's innocent, find out who's responsible.
I know, but I can't tell you any more than that without speculating.
Right, but
Because I don't know anything.
I do know that you know he said more than just the auction.
No, he didn't. That's not what he told me.
Angie?
I know that he does computer work for Mark, but he told me that he was going there to do computer work for the auction. He was hoping to get to see Mark, but then he found out Mark was going to be out of town, and he wasn't going to get to see Mark.
Do you know that Mark and Wayne talk every day?
Yeah, they're best friends. They've been best friends since they were kids.
Okay, so he knew where Mark was going to be, and Mark knew where Wayne was going to be. There was no surprise at all. Do you understand me? Do you know what I mean?
I
Do you see the pieces I'm putting down? You see the railroad tracks I'm laying down?
I mean, I understand what you're implying, yes.
Okay. Well, these are things we know. And that's why I'm here. Did Wayne bring his phone with him?
No. He forgot it.
Is that like Wayne?
He forgets things all the time.
Okay. Is it like Wayne to travel out of state without a form of communication?
Mm-hmm. It's not, I mean, Wayne only makes business trips every once in a while. He doesn't.
What other places does Wayne go?
He usually just goes to Florida.
How many times a year?
He's only been there twice since we've been together.
How long you been with him?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. Okay. When was the time before this time?
About a year ago.
So same month-ish? June or July?
I don't remember. He went down and set up all the computers at Mark's office. That was sometime last year.
You mean Teresa's business?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does all the IT work there.
The remote IT work?
Mm-hmm.
So 2014 is when this was set up?
Yeah, sometime. They switched computers or something in I think it was 2000. It was last year sometime.
Okay.
They switched computers, and when they did, they had Wayne come down and set it all up for him. And
how long have you known Mark?
Since I was a kid. I mean, he used to date my aunt.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just coincidence. He used to date my aunt.
Did you guys ever date?
No.
Okay.
He dated my mom, though.
You dated your mom?
Yeah, my mom's sister and my mom.
How much older is your mom than you?
17 years.
Isn't Mark about the same age as you?
He's about 5 years older than me,
About 5 years older? Okay. Did you know Teresa, Mark's wife? He ever tell you about her?
Mm-mm. I mean, I didn't talk to Mark a lot.
You
I've known Mark.
You don't talk on the phone?
Mm-mm.
You don't text?
Well, I mean, like, when we got that message from Scott, I texted Mark and was like, just told him I understood and if he needed somebody to talk to.
Last time Mark was up here for your guys' wedding, did he ever make a pass at you?
No, not really.
What do you mean, not really? Does that mean?
I mean, we were all like being silly and.
Well, it's consensual then. What we're talking about, not like he just hit on you.
Oh no.
Okay. Do you and Wayne have an open relationship to where it's okay to have other partners?
No.
Okay. Well, because when I was speaking with Mark, he explained that Teresa and him did. So he would have sex or do sexual things with whoever he wanted to, and he just had to tell Teresa about it, and she would do the same thing, as long as it wasn't guys. But she could do whatever she wanted with girls, and he could do whatever he wanted with girls. He just had to tell her about it, and a lot of times he would video it or take pictures and then send it to her, and so she knew what was going on, so there was no behind the back anything. So did Mark ever have sex with you?
Not that I know of.
I mean, not that you know.
I was pretty drunk the night before my wedding and
Oh.
don't remember bits and pieces of it. But seriously, not that I know of. But Mark and my husband look an awful lot alike too. So.
Well, that's the thing. Did
But no, not that I know of.
The night before you got married, then did Mark or Wayne put a blindfold on you?
No.
Okay, because there was text messages about blindfolding and fooling around.
Oh, not that I remember.
Okay. Well, it's fine if you did.
But
Whatever.
no.
We're adults. We make choices. We do whatever
Not
we
that I
want.
remember. I don't remember bits and pieces of that night though.
Okay. Well, does Wayne have permission from you to do what he wants with other people?
No.
Okay. And did he give you permission for you to do what you want with other people?
He has, but I don't.
But you don't.
No.
What did he say? Is it girls only or boys and girls or?
No, I mean we don't really discuss stuff like that. I mean,
No?
like the night before we got married, when we were all drinking and being silly. I mean, nothing any further than dancing with each other and kissing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that
Nothing
I
else?
know of. Nothing else happened.
Well, do you use any kind of drugs?
No.
Is it possible that you blacked out on a drug?
No.
Okay. Does Wayne use any drugs? Does he drink a lot?
No.
How about cigarettes?
No. He doesn't smoke.
Smoke a little weed just to
No.
help with the pain?
No.
I figured just with all the joint pain and the throbbing, a lot of people
Yeah.
they end up using it
No,
for
he
medicinal.
He takes an anti-inflammatory.
Okay. 'Cause I know Mark smokes marijuana with his wife, Teresa.
Yeah, I don't.
You ever see Mark smoke weed? You ever see Mark do any other drugs?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so going back to the car rental and the leaving the phone behind, is that normal behavior?
It's normal for Wayne to forget things. Wayne forgets things all the time.
How long was Wayne gone? You said he left Saturday. When did he come home?
He came home Monday afternoon.
So Saturday, June 28th. Saturday, June 27th. Then he's gone Sunday, June 28th. Then he comes home Monday, June 29th. From Florida.
He said he was going in the.
What?
He said he was going somewhere in Florida.
Angie, he told you that he said he was going to work on Mark's computers.
No, he did not tell me he was going to work on Mark's computers.
Okay.
No, he did not.
Not that you remember, or no, he did
No,
not?
he did not.
Okay, so what did he say to you exactly that you can
That
remember?
he was going to set up a computer for an auction.
Okay. And you believe that to be in Titusville, or he specifically said, I'm going to Titusville?
Well, Jerry's condo is in Titusville.
You assumed, or he told you he was going to see
No,
Jerry?
I was assuming he was going somewhere around Jerry's condo because he does auction stuff with Jerry.
Yeah, but you're newlyweds. You asked questions. I know I ask my wife questions like, hey, where are you going? That way, if you don't check in with me, I have a place to start looking for you. Safety, police, things like that.
I don't worry about his safety.
Why not? He forgets things. What if he gets lost or he gets hurt again? What if he falls
He won't
asleep
get
and gets
lost.
another car crash? You won't even know where to begin looking for him if he crashes his car,
He's
right? You've been married, what, 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
May to June, June to July. 2 months and, what, 9 days? You've been together about a year and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you weren't concerned? You weren't worried
I
about
was
him?
worried about him. Yeah,
Okay.
I was worried about him the whole time because I couldn't call him to check on him.
Did he ever call you?
He called me at one point and said that he was safe.
When?
Sunday sometime.
Morning, afternoon, nighttime?
I don't. It had to be afternoon. I don't know. I don't really know, honestly.
Do you remember the phone number?
No.
Was it blocked or was it regular?
I don't know.
Do you have your phone?
Not here.
Okay, is it in the house?
Yeah, but he didn't call my phone. He called my work.
Called your work. Where do you work?
Nicoletti's.
How do you spell that?
Nicolettis.
Where's that at?
In Valley Park.
Valley Park?
It's a restaurant.
Alright, so if I pull Nicoletti's phone records for the afternoon of June 28th, I'm going to see a Florida number. Do you remember? Was it a Florida number?
I have no idea. They don't have caller ID or anything.
Okay. That's fine. I'll look.
I don't have any idea.
What did he say to you?
He just said he had made it there safe.
What'd you say?
He said, okay.
And that's it?
I said, when are you coming home?
What'd he say?
He said, I'll be home sometime Monday or Tuesday.
What'd you say?
I said, I said, they told him that he forgot his phone.
And what'd he say?
He's like, yeah, I realized that when I got a few hours away.
Hmm.
I was like, yeah. I was like, so I guess I won't probably hear much from you because you don't have a phone.
And what'd he say?
Just that he loved me and he'd see me when he got home.
That's nice. Did he tell you how much money he made for that trip?
No.
You know, guys don't discuss finances?
No, he pays the bills. And
Does he get money for being disabled?
yeah, he's on disability.
How much money does he make? You don't know yet? You don't see the bank account statement? Do you have a joint bank account or are they separate?
Mm-mm, they're separate.
So he has a checking account and you have a checking account?
Mm-hmm.
What bank is he at?
I don't know. He has 2 accounts.
What banks is he at?
I don't know.
You don't know about that at all?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. What bank are you at?
Fifth Third.
So he came back, you said sometime on Monday. Do you remember what time?
When I got home Monday, he was there
What time did you get home on Monday?
around 7:30
7:30 at night or morning?
at night.
And you returned from where?
My mom's. Bryson was supposed to have a ball game and it got rained out. So
He is such a darling kid. I love how polite he is. He's so sweet. So Monday the 29th, you show up at around 7:30 and Wayne's there already at your home here?
Mm-hmm.
Was the white Hyundai Elantra in the driveway?
Mm-hmm.
How did Wayne seem?
Tired.
Sure, all that driving. Just for some computer work. I hope he got paid well. I wonder. And you said Wayne has 2 accounts?
Mm-hmm.
Are they checking or savings or what?
I have no idea.
That's just odd to me because you guys are making a life together and it's kind of important to know. So if somebody killed Wayne or Wayne crashed a car, you know where how you're going to go on to help provide for your grandkids and yourself. Does Wayne have life insurance money on you?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Do you have life insurance money on him? No?
No. I think he has a life insurance policy. But
You think so? But you don't know who's through?
I don't know what.
But you're not sure who it's through? You never talked about that stuff when you guys were planning your marriage and wedding and all that?
He has a life insurance policy, he said, and his mom is the beneficiary.
Where's she stay?
His mom? She lives in Bonne Terre.
Bonne Terre? Is that in Missouri?
Mm.
What's her name?
You got me so.
Got you upset? I don't want to get you upset, but I want you to understand something. I'm here conducting an investigation.
I understand that. His mom's name is Jane. I'm sorry.
Jane? Same last name as him?
Mm-hmm.
Jane. Right. And what's the name of the city again?
Bonterre.
How do you spell that?
Bonneneterre, I think.
How far away is that from here?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? Okay. Alright. So, when I talk to your mom, and your mom says to me, on Saturday, June 27th, Angie came over and was upset because Wayne went on a business trip that she only learned about the day before, correct?
No.
And Wayne rented a vehicle and left his phone behind, which is odd. And he didn't get home.
We rented a vehicle
because his car went in the
before
shop
that,
on
because
Wednesday.
we put his car in the shop. We went and got a rental car
Sure,
when the car went in the shop.
sure. Why is his car in the shop? Which car is his? Which one are we talking about?
A Kia Rio.
So Wayne's car is a Kia Rio.
It's in the shop because I wrecked it.
Oh, what happened? I'm glad you're okay. That's scary.
Accidentally rear-ended somebody.
Yikes. Were you texting?
No.
No? What color is the Kia Rio?
Gray.
Oops. It's gray? Do you know what year it is?
2012.
Oh, wow. It's newish, too.
Yeah.
How is it? How bad is it?
It wasn't bad.
Okay. Is it in the shop right now?
Yeah, it's done. It's been ready to be picked up.
It's just sitting at the shop?
Yeah, it's been ready to be picked up, but we had been down there with Mark, so.
And this is at Mertz.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys make any plans for the rest of the week or next week?
This week?
Yes, this week and next week. Have you and Wayne made plans to go anywhere?
No.
So you're not going on a trip anywhere?
No.
Okay. You're home now?
Yeah.
Okay. Has Wayne showed you the money he made
No.
from his Florida trip? He hasn't showed you.
No, like I said, Wayne pays the bills. I don't.
Does he have a safe in the house?
Not that I know of.
Where do you guys keep cash in the house?
We don't. We live in a trailer park. Why would we keep cash in a house? We don't ever have any cash.
Okay. How do you guys pay your bills in? Checks? Bank accounts? Or do you use credit cards? Do you
He
have
pays it all. He does it all on the computer.
Okay. Does he have a credit card?
Uh-huh.
What kind?
I don't know. He's got a bunch of credit cards.
Bunch of credit cards. Okay. Do you have any credit cards?
I have one.
Do you have any joint credit cards?
No.
All right. So your credit cards are in your name and his are in his.
We just got married 2 months ago.
Well, you took care of your driver's license, right? And your name changed.
Well, of course.
That's what I mean. You're on the ball. You're on top of it, just like my wife was, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Of course I did that.
so that's my mind. I'm thinking this is a woman who's on top of things. So that's why it surprises me that you don't know more about his finances.
Well, you have to understand,
Mm-hmm.
I just lost my child 4 months ago.
Oh, you've been in a fog.
My mind has not been.
I remember when my brother was killed, my mom was in the fog for about 1.5 years before it started to lift a little bit. And even then, it's been 10 years, and it doesn't matter.
I understand. It's been 10 years since my other daughter died.
It doesn't matter.
12 years.
It's like the ocean, right? Sometimes it's a tidal wave, other days it's just a little bit of, but either way, the reminder and the pain's always there. And it is for me about my brother. Because when people are killed unexpectedly, there's a permanent hole, nothing fills it.
It's even worse when it's your child.
Oh, I can only imagine. It was my mom's first. So those first 2.5 years before any of us came along, it's just her and my brother.
I understand. I lost my 2 oldest.
So sorry for your loss. It's awful. I don't wish that on any parent.
I mean, I haven't. Financial things and all that stuff is the furthest thing from my mind right now. I don't really care. Finances, honestly, mean absolutely nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a material thing in this world that means anything to me.
Right. I think of it as my perspective, not materialism, but I have kids, and I always think of knowing that stuff to prepare for them in case I get killed, because of what I do is inherently dangerous. Plus, just living on this planet is inherently dangerous.
Well, I'm pretty used to not having anything, so,
Right.
it doesn't...
Right. Let me answer this to your mom real quick. Kathy? Kathy, you there? Hi, Kathy. I apologize for how long it's taken. Let me step out for a minute and have somebody bring you in so you can sit down and be with Bryson, okay?
Yes. Which building are we at? We were down at the other one. We're down. There's a sheriff's office.
Yeah, we're at the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office where there's a flagpole.
She doesn't know where that's at.
That's the one with the,
Has the numbers 400. It's across from the courthouse, kind of at an angle. If you're staring at the front of it to the right, on your right, you'll see that bail bonds place.
yeah, I see Crystal Title Company.
I'm going to have somebody come out for you, okay? Hold on one second. You're welcome. Bye. Hey, LT, I'm still doing a recorded interview. Her mom's here. She's outside. Can somebody kind of walk out the front door and bring her in? Her name's Kathy. Thank you. I apologize.
It's okay.
I just want to get your mom comfortable. And Bryson, I'm sure, will appreciate it too. Okay, so since Wayne has come back, have you noticed any change in his behavior?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever seen Wayne be violent with anyone?
No,
Are you aware of any of Wayne's previous arrests?
I am.
How many?
I am aware that he was arrested and sat in jail for a long period of time
Sure.
for, well, he was charged with a whole bunch of stuff, but
Do you know about the times before that?
I know he was charged with possession at one point.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, if you ever have the opportunity, a lot of it is free. Doing a record search through Public, I would look into him so you understand what you're with. Here's the deal. Short and sweet. I feel that you are with someone who planned with someone to do something they shouldn't do, and now someone's gone forever. And that's why we're here. I don't just travel from Florida. Follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you know anything about that anything you thought is weird or suspicious, now's the time, because the way it works in Florida, we have to document who's around kids and what their charges are when the SWAT team hits the house. This young man was exposed to an event today that he should not have had to go through.
I agree 100%. As far as
So they're
I'm
gonna-
concerned, I was exposed to something I don't...
You are a victim, in my opinion, because you're put in a situation you didn't fully appreciate, because like you said, your mind's been in a fog for the last 4 months, let alone all of the different things you've been exposed to for the last 10 years, and this stuff before that, just from life. So sometimes that affects our viewpoint, not even our judgment, just our viewpoint. We don't see things from certain angles and have the context. And you just want things to go well, you want to live life, you want to love and be happy. Well, there are people that I call predators that find people like you and me, and they'll use us to their benefit. And I think you're with someone who either made a bad choice and is not a predator, or I think you're with someone who's calculated and is a predator and pulls people's tickets, pushes their buttons whenever they want.
I don't believe that.
Well, that is what it is. I
My
mean,
husband's an awesome man.
I'm sure he is. See, I think he's very polite, man, and his presence is polite. But I can tell you, I don't just travel from Florida. If that makes sense to you.
I understand
And eventually the legal documents will come out. You'll get to see all the things that he partook in. How many phones do you think Wayne has?
One.
One? You ever seen him with another one? Okay. Do you know any circumstances about Teresa Sievers' death?
Only what Mark's told me and what
What Mark tell
the
you?
police have... I mean, I've read a whole bunch of the newspaper articles, and
Other than news, what do you know? That's
that's
it?
all.
Okay.
Other than news.
Did Mark or Wayne tell you at all about their involvement with Teresa's death? Did you plan, yes or no? Say no.
Plan what?
Did you plan to kill Teresa Sievers?
Me?
I'm asking you. I gotta
No.
ask. I don't think you did. I just gotta ask. Okay. Did you have any hand after Teresa Sievers' death in covering up her death?
No.
Okay. You said Wayne's behavior's been normal?
Yeah.
Have you seen any new items of value that normally you wouldn't see around the house?
No.
Okay. Has Wayne talked about planning any trips to go anywhere?
No.
And a day in the life of Wayne is what? Does he go to a job anywhere?
No.
You said he uses his
He
computer
does.
to work from home?
Yeah, he does like little side work stuff, and
All computer?
he's a smart man.
Oh, yes. You can tell just by talking to him.
Well, he's got a degree in computer engineering and.
Do you know what college you got that from?
Rolla.
From Rolla? Where's that?
Here in Missouri, it's the huge
How do you spell that?
computer school in Missouri.
R-
Rolla, R-O-L-L-A.
Rolla. Rolla University? In Missouri.
Yeah,
And you said computer engineering or electrical?
electrical engineering and computer science. Is a double major.
That's impressive. That's some very difficult stuff for my mind.
He's-
Let alone, I think, many people. That's what makes
he,
people like that special.
graduated, like valedictorian in his
Oh, really?
class,
Wow.
and
Good for him.
was the class president. And,
That's awesome.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you
Well,
know
here's the
Wayne
thing.
at all, you wouldn't.
Here's the thing. No, I know things, so that's why we're at where we're at. That's why I'm here. I didn't just come up here on a guess, just so you know. I just want to know what you know. Whether he wants to blame it on his head injury or anything else that he wants to come up with, or he got roped into this because of his best friend, whatever the case may be, that's fine. And hopefully he'll explain himself, and that will help him by explaining himself and telling the truth, because facts are facts, and when you have it all on paper and you have proof and evidence, it is what it is. You can't
I
hide.
understand that. I've
You
been all
can't
through this whole.
you can't hide that
trial.
part. Right. You can't hide that stuff. I know you have.
Oh, that
That's why I'm not going to bore you with any more details, but I just want to know what you know. So you're telling me 100% you don't know anything about the death of Teresa Sievers.
Other than what I've read in the newspaper.
Okay.
And I was at her funeral. I mean, I know what they said at the funeral. I know
what did they say at the funeral?
they just talked a lot about her and her work. And I mean, I didn't know Teresa, so.
Sure. And when I asked you before, I said, did Mark ever make a pass at you? And you go, not really. What did that mean?
Because Mark's a flirt anyway. He
Oh, yeah.
flirts with everybody all the time.
Sure.
I mean, so.
What was he
I
like
guess
to-
if you. It depends on what way you take it, I
Sure.
guess, you know.
How was he at the wedding?
Fine.
Did he end up hooking up with any girlfriends of yours or any other people you know about?
No.
Does he have a house up here?
He has a condo here, yeah.
Does he come visit and stay there often?
Mm-mm.
Do you know last time he was at his condo?
As far as I know, it was our wedding.
That's where he was sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
He slept at his condo, and that was back in May 3rd?
May 2nd, so when we got married.
May 2nd, excuse me. So did he come up a couple days before and stay a couple days after?
He came, I think, on Thursday. We got married on Saturday, and I think he flew back home on Sunday, I think.
So he came in on a Thursday. Let me get my calendar again. It
I
helps me.
think. I mean,
Wait, no, let's start with the day of your wedding. That makes it easier.
Saturday was the day of our wedding.
So May 2nd is a Saturday, and you said you think he came up on a Thursday, which would have been April 30th, possibly.
I think so.
And he said he stayed till when?
The day after the wedding. So May 3rd.
Left Sunday, May 3rd. Okay. All right. Well, you'll see the court documents eventually, and it'll make more sense. The vehicle's at the house right now. There's a silver Hyundai. You said that's a car rental?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you rent that car from?
Thrifty.
Thrifty. Where's that at?
Kirkwood is where we got it from.
Kirkwood?
Mm-hmm.
Kirkwood?
Mm-hmm.
That's a city?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how far is that from where we are?
From where we are, it's far.
You drove far away to rent a vehicle?
Well, we were there already.
In Kirkwood?
Well, the shop that his car...
Is in Kirkwood?
No, it's in Fenton.
Okay,
Just
I'm
like
confused.
5 miles from Kirkwood.
Thank you.
But
So
we
you're at...
called around and just tried to find a
Right,
car.
so you're at
that
Mertz,
was-
because Enterprise is next door to Mertz,
Uh-huh.
and you returned the white Hyundai because of the price, you said? Tell me,
Yeah.
I'm not putting words in your mouth, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so then you're like,
We
okay,
had just
well...
called around and tried to
and you're
find
like,
the
oh,
cheapest.
so did you take a taxi cab? How'd you get there?
No, we have 2 cars. We drove.
What car were you in? The second car?
We were both in the white Hyundai.
Okay, you drove that
We
to...
drove that to Kirkwood.
Gotcha.
Got the other rental car. Then we dropped the white car back off at
Enterprise?
Enterprise because it was due back that day.
Okay, and that was on
Tuesday.
Tuesday the 30th.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's when... Did you drive down that day, the 30th?
Uh-huh.
Okay, who went with you? Was it just you and Mark?
Just me and Wayne.
Or excuse me, you and Wayne, sorry. I apologize.
It's okay.
Isn't it funny how similar they look, too?
Mm-hmm.
Cracks me up. Do they dress the same, too?
No.
Okay, that's the difference.
They don't act the same.
They don't act the same. No. No. Mark's a very vibrant flirt, and Wayne seems a little more reserved.
Yeah, Wayne's very respectful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he has that presence of respect. Mark seems kind of immature, very youthful. Is there anything based on everything that we talked about that you want to tell me?
No.
Based on everything we talked about, because I'm going to lay it out for you, and I want you to tell me if this looks suspicious to you, because I can tell you it does, just from not knowing what I know.
Okay.
You rent a car. He rents a car on Wednesday because his car is in the shop because you got into a vehicle incident. No big deal. When did he tell you about the trip to Florida?
A few weeks ago that he was going to have to take a trip.
From that, let's just use the day he left, Saturday the 27th, okay?
Uh-huh.
So would you say 2 weeks before that Saturday?
I don't know.
Best estimated guess.
I honestly have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't
You
even
just
begin
said
to
approximately
guess
2 weeks.
that. 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. A few weeks ago, he told me he was going to have to take a trip.
And the trip he said 2 or 3 weeks ago matched the same story on that Saturday?
He just said he was taking a trip to Florida.
Okay. 2 or 3 weeks before June 27th, Wayne told you about the trip.
That he was going to have to go on a trip.
And then you said he accidentally forgot his phone on the day
Mm-hmm.
because you think that's the only phone he has. And then he's gone morning time, afternoon, evening on that day.
On Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know.
Was
got
it light
up and-
outside?
I got up and left. I don't know.
Was
He
there
there
light
when I
outside or
left.
dark?
When I left,
Mm-hmm.
it was light out. It was
Okay.
morning.
Okay, so morning time. Sometime after morning is when he left. 'Cause you
Yeah,
said he was
I
still
left
home.
in the morning, and he was.
What
still
time
home.
did you leave in the morning? You said it's your routine for work, right?
No, no.
You were going to see your mom that day, or what?
Yeah,
So what time did you go see your mom on Saturday the
I
28th?
couldn't tell you. Honestly,
7th. Saturday the 27th, okay.
I have
Alright, so morning
absolutely
time.
no
We'll go
idea.
with morning time. Morning time's fine. So morning time, because there's daylight outside.
Yeah, I don't get up early though, so it probably was 10 or 11 something. I don't know.
Alright, 10 or 11.
Probably because I don't get up early.
You went to your mom Kathy's house?
Yeah, I went. Yeah.
Okay. and he was still there. So sometime after that, he left. And he was back home by Monday. By Monday at 7:30 p.m. So take 24-hour period on Sunday. Take 12 out. Let's say 12 hours, because let's say it's 10 or 11. Let's say he left at noon. Just for estimation. So 12 hours on Saturday, 24 on Sunday. So that's 36 hours. Okay, and by almost 24 hours on Monday. So like 2 days he's gone, tops, and he's back. Is it normal when that would be his trip time? Like you said, he made one other trip since you've been together, and that was a year ago.
I don't know, because the first time he flew there.
Okay. Also, when's the last time you saw Wayne? Wayne with his gun.
I didn't know he had a gun.
Okay, Angie. You don't know about Wayne having a firearm?
No. We don't have any guns. I want to get one. I told him I wanted to get one. But we don't have any.
How long has he had that shed?
It was delivered while we were out of town. We haven't even seen it.
Have you ever seen him with a gun?
No.
Okay. Angie, right now you're a witness. Okay, you're giving me sworn testimony as a witness.
I understand that.
If I can find and prove that you have knowledge that there's a firearm, or he has access to a firearm, or you saw Wayne with a firearm, then you're telling a lie.
We don't have any guns.
So if I find ammunition in your residence, is that going to surprise you? Bullets. If I find bullets in your house, is that going to surprise you?
Yeah, it would surprise me.
Okay. Understand if you're telling lies, you're obstructing an investigation, and it's an arrestable offense.
I'm not telling any lies.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No.
If you change your mind, I'm going to be here. I'm going to talk to Wayne in a minute here. We'll go from there. I'm going to get Wayne's DNA. I'm going to compare Wayne's DNA to what I have. And I want you to understand something. When this all comes out, if you want to come and talk to me again, I'm going to give you my card. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions? Yes or no?
Mm-mm.
Is there anything in that house you want to tell me about that could be possibly illegal?
Not that I know of.
Is there any drugs? What do you mean, not that I know of? Why wouldn't you know about it? You live there.
You're telling me that
I'm asking you a
think
question.
there's a gun in my house?
Where else does Wayne store his property? Does he have a shed?
He has a storage unit, yes.
Where's his storage unit?
In Festus.
Who has access to it?
Wayne?
Does anyone else have a key?
Not that I know of. I mean, I think there's one hanging up at our house.
What's the name of the storage place?
I have no idea. I don't know this area. I don't know.
How long have you been living here?
We moved here last August.
So you've been here almost a year.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't know the area at all yet?
No, not really.
Okay. Other than the storage unit, does Wayne store property anywhere else?
Not that I know of.
Does Wayne have family around here besides his mother?
Yeah, he has a sister, and he has a brother, and he has a dad, and
Where do they
he
all
has
live?
cousins, and he has all kinds of family here,
Where do they live?
all over.
Brother and sister.
Santerre, Festus,
Where does his brother live?
Danterre,
What's his name?
Jerry.
What's his sister?
Wendy.
Wendy?
Mm-hmm.
W-E-N?
It's W-I-N.
W-I-N-D-Y?
Yeah.
Same last name?
Yeah.
That's his sister?
Mm-hmm.
And where does she live?
Festus.
Do you know where?
No.
And Jerry, same last name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where does he live?
He lives with Wayne's parents.
What city is that again? Bonterre?
Mm-hmm.
What's Dad's name?
Kurt.
Do they live with Jerry? Does Jerry live with them?
Jerry lives with them. And only for now. They just moved back here.
From where?
Alabama.
Okay. All right, is there anything else you want to say? Is everything you said the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you speaking with me. If you want to talk to me again, you can seek me out. If I had any more questions with you, would you talk to me again?
Yes.
Okay. Time is approximately 8:21 a.m. on Sunday, July 12th. That'll conclude the sworn statement of Angie Wright.
Okay, that was crazy. I'm just reading some of your comments here. Okay, so then, I mean, if we go through, let's see, after this, eventually began to confront, okay, this sergeant began to confront Curtis Wainwright with his various lies that he was stating. Sergeant Labid told Curtis that numerous text messages were documented between Mark Sievers and Curtis in which they spoke about using different cell phones to speak to each other. Sergeant Labid even quoted a text in which the phrase, "Hello, brother," from an other mother was used by Mark Sievers to signal Curtis Wright to utilize their secret phones. Sergeant Labid then confronted Curtis with the information that his own wife, Angela, provided in reference to Curtis traveling to Florida and forgetting his cell phone. Curtis became nervous and stated, that's redacted what he stated. Sergeant Labid asked Curtis to confirm whether or not he still wanted to speak with him. Sergeant Labid again explained to Curtis that if his friend Mark Sievers intentionally involved Curtis in a crime that Curtis didn't plan, then now was the time to explain that situation. Curtis stated he wanted to stop talking for now. Sergeant Labid honored his request and eventually obtained fingerprints, palm prints, and a buccal swab from Curtis Wainwright, which will be submitted for comparison to other forensic evidence that is currently being analyzed. Okay. And then we have, on July 12th, an interview with Edward Morin, and I believe he is, let me see, Kathy, yeah, they're the parents of Angela, Kathy Morin, and what's his name? But I don't know. I mean, we might want to just discuss this thing with Angela. I mean, she doesn't know, yeah, not that I know of, the whole thing about the mask at the night of the wedding. That's really very odd. Hold on, I just want to move this over here before I don't want to lose this. Okay. That's really odd, right, about the mask, kind of crazy. About the flirting, not that I know of. Did you sleep with him? Not that I know of. I was really drunk, though. Really kind of nutty. they said that did you sleep with Mark? And she said, I don't, not that I know of. And he's like, what do you mean, not that you know of? And she said something like, well, they look alike. And then he said, but there was something about a mask, meaning putting a mask, a blindfold, I think he means, on her. And they don't dress alike, she said. Right? They don't dress alike. Did she say they dress alike? They don't dress. She said they don't dress alike. They don't act, wait. They look alike, they dress alike, sometimes they even something alike. What's that? They're identical cousins. Okay. She may be sugarcoating, but she's a real piece of work, a bad sort. Does anybody know how the kids died and how old the kids were? Patty Duke show. Who's walking? Everyone knows it's Wendy. That's confusing about the kids. Yeah, it is confusing. Eric, did you do the homework yet? We're waiting. Oh, you tomorrow? Eric's. I'll get it tomorrow. Danielle said no, now. Remember that commercial for that, I think it was for Sears air conditioning or something, and the wife is like, did you call about the air conditioning? And the husband's like, no, I'll do it later. And she's like, you'll do it now. I just thought that was like just a really bad commercial, like where the guy could just be like, stop telling me what to do, right? It could have just escalated into so many things. Because she was like pretty, like they talk about people and the way they relate to each other. She's like, you'll do it now. And the guy was like, I'll do it now. And they showed that commercial over and over and over. Hi, Sassy Darcy. I can't find evidence of her kids. She had a lot of names, though. But her mother knew she was pregnant, so... Oh, who are we talking? Oh, you guys are talking about something else. Odd about the kids. Two Scooter says, hurry up, Eric, we're waiting. Lisa's tapping her foot. Yeah, oh, that's the other one, right? Dated her aunt. Okay. I have a niece that's 2 years younger than me, okay? So we could give her that one, and it sounds like maybe her aunt is close in age. I have a nephew that's 4 years different than me. So yeah, that's possible. But dated my mom. Okay, and the mom is 17 years older than her. So somebody said she's 42 now, or then, if she was 42 then, her mother was 59, right? 59. And how long ago did Mark date her mother? Was Mark 18? And he dated her mother who was in her 30s? And she's known Mark since she was a kid? Was her name right? Well, no, it wouldn't have been. If it was 4 months before the wedding, it would not have been right. Her parents' name is Moran, Moran. That's her maiden name. Mark had no boundaries. How come Teresa didn't go to the wedding, right? I think it's gross that my ex-boyfriend is now my brother. She also has Weiderman and Mulhenbronk. I knew a girl whose half-sister was also her cousin. Half-sister was also her cousin. I would hazard a guess, say Angela and Curtis were not Teresa's type of people. You're probably right with that assumption, Diana. They were just a big, happy family swinging together. Carolyn, April, and I went to the same school. Did you? Oh, wow, that's so funny. Small world. And Apple Snapple knows Jeannie, too. So this chat has already brought people together that knew each other. Oh, and me and Mona. Like that's 6 people out of this chat. Me and Mona have a real-life connection. You guys have a real life connection, and Apple Snapple and Jeannie have a real life connection. Right in this chat. Crazy. Me and Mona. Mona and I. You want a connection, Crystal? You might find it. Wait, this girl is 40 something. Why does she sound like she's 18 or 19? Well, haven't you seen people? I have an aunt that's 94 that sounds like a little girl on the phone. She doesn't sound 94 at all. There's a lot of people, don't you think there's a lot of people that sound really young? That maybe are not, or people that sound much older that are younger? Pat Miller would like to know if there's anyone from Akron. Do we have Akron in the room? Oh, you both have a past in adult films. Excellent. No, but she acts like a young girl too. She just, well... I don't know. Maybe she likes to act like that. Can you act like a young girl if you wanted to? Really naive and dense? I mean, Maybe, if she was a swinger, maybe she was into role play and maybe she did play the part of a little girl, a young girl. I don't know. Carolyn read that wrong. Only two Scooter has been in the adult films. Oh, okay. I thought you said you both had a past in the adult films. Okay, just two Scooter? Okay. No, Diana, yeah. No, just you two, Scooter? It's good to be, yeah. You're a star. You stand out in the chat. Oh yeah, Melanie Griffith is another one. And she really is dense because remember when she was doing that movie with Michael Douglas? I can't remember what the name of it was, but it had to do with the Holocaust. And she was on, I swear to you, she was on like Entertainment Tonight or something, right? And she was already done with the movie, okay? And they were interviewing her, and she goes, somebody said something like, well, what do you think of that? That is something, 6 million Jews killed in the Holocaust. And she goes, 6 million? That's a lot. And I was just like, are you kidding me? She didn't know that. Not sugar-coated. That was Mark that dated, right, Mark dated, right, her mom and her aunt. Deb on the Move, yeah. Hope you're well, Christine. So, and the dog. Why would we have cash? We live in a trailer park. She should have, Kristen, right? Act like you know what's going on, Melanie, even if you don't and you're taken off guard by the facts. Really? That's a lie. Well, he was after that family, wasn't he? Mark probably had her too as a young girl, and she's brainwashed. Wonder if she lived in Missouri when it happened. Yeah, I think so. There's not knowing and there's being an idiot. Hello, Carolyn, moderators, everyone. Inequality here is 0. The smell of burn is overpowering. Oh, really, Cece? That's too bad. I know guys who are controlling the money and the wife gets given some, but then has no clue about any finances. And vice versa, Anne. And vice versa, right? There's women that control the finances and the husbands have no idea. Telemarketers used to ask my girlfriend is your mommy there? And she was in her 50s. Oh, that's too funny. He's a fast talker, this guy. Did they know if they are related about... No, I don't think they're related, but I mean, it's been hinted about a couple of times that they could be having a sexual relationship with each other. Was she so drunk? Oh God. Who, Mark and Wayne? Yeah, Mark and Wayne. Now, Curtis, guys. Oh, no. Curtis is going on Tuesday. They're bringing Curtis in. So he'll be on the stand again Tuesday. I don't know who's going to be on for Monday. Your dad had no idea how much money he had. Mom did all the spending, saving, and investing. Well, if you have two people in a marriage and one is better at that than the other, then they usually take care of it. Otherwise, they drive the other one crazy. But was there evidence Mark was by? I don't know yet. They said that they could only do things with women. So both of them could only do things with women. That's what this, is that what the friend said? Not the friend, the colleague, the partner in the business. Did she say that as well? That they were only allowed to do things with women? Good night, Anne. I'm making you sleepy. I'm getting a little sleepy too. I think we'll do some other interviews maybe tomorrow. The other ones that I'll look what we have there in regards to her parents. Her parents should be good now that we know that Kathy dated Mark. Don't you want to hear Kathy's interview? So we'll definitely listen to Kathy's interview. Being that she dated Mark, she'll give us some insight on what time frame that was. Yeah, your kids have school tomorrow. Mine don't. And I probably won't have school on Tuesday either. If the weather that we're supposed to get keeps coming. Oh, there is a 6-year-old girl in 2002 that was killed, Cassandra Williamson, whose mother was Angela Williamson in Valley Park, where she has lived. I wonder if that was it. Well, Eric, that could be a tip on your homework. Check that out. But we'll, hey Mom, off topic. You heard of Priscilla Frazee? No. Who is she? Who's Priscilla? Yeah, they're not going to have school on Tuesday either. I can guarantee you that. And they know it too. And we'll probably get they knew like early on today that they weren't having it tomorrow. She was murdered by Johnny Johnson, an ex-convict. Yikes, I wonder if it's... Well, there you have a tip to follow up on, Eric, of your homework. She's listed with the Frazee family. I don't know, maybe that's some more homework. She lost one 4 months ago, right? And then one 10 years, her daughter. Her 2 oldest children, she said. So if her daughter was killed at the age of 6 and it was 10 years ago, her daughter would have been 16. So if her son was older, he could be 18. He could be 50, I don't know if he was the oldest. So you could use that. Hey, do I have to check a box on YouTube? Are you posting videos? If you are, you have to either declare your whole channel is not for children, or you have to do each individual video for children or not for children. Yes, it's her. She was married to Ernie Williamson. She did revise to 12 years. So her daughter was murdered by an ex-convict? Wow. All right, Eric. Potter did some of your homework. And you got to follow up on those leads. Who is in a psychiatric facility. Nice job, Potter. She knows how to pick them, eh? Yeah. All right, well, let's call it a night because we have stuff to do tomorrow with the trial, and then we'll want to listen to the parents. I want to hear about Kathy. And Eric's got to do homework, so he's got to get a good rest. Check out your channel when you get a chance. You're starting a series, Granny, what is it? Granny Gets the Guy. Really? Seriously? Okay, I will. All right, everybody, thank you to our moderators. It's so funny, I will check it out. Okay, everybody check out Two Scooters. Last time I said that, she said she was kidding. I'm gonna go to your channel and see if you're true. See if you're being truthful to me. I am subscribed to you. All right. Are you kidding me? I don't know. I'll see. Okay. I don't know if you're telling. I don't know if you're telling me the truth. All right, but I will check it out. Everybody have a good night. Yeah, hit the thumbs up on the way out, and that's the way we close the lights around here. All right, thank you to our moderators. Thank you guys for coming. Love you. Take care. Stay safe. Talk to you tomorrow.